This is a 1966 Volkswagen Beetle. It's got a little hot rod, rat rod kind of thing going on. And this is very cool. It's actually kind of, since it's been painted, I've fallen in love with it. Just picked it up from Moon Air Cooled. Had the engine, checked out. I always have Moon Air Cooled go through every one of my Volkswagen Beetles. Even if somebody says they just completely restored it. I actually bought a what was it, a 75 Beetle for your birthday? Yeah. It was completely restored. We drove it about 250 miles and the dang engine blew up on it. So ever since then, and the engine was great. It's just the valves hadn't been adjusted right and stuff. I'm talking about the other car we bought for my daughter. So now I always have every Volkswagen checked out by Clinton over at Moon Air Cooled. So this one's no exception. We went through it entirely. Windshield wipers work. It's got a great running little engine. Nice sounding exhaust. So let me walk around this car a little bit and try to park it here in the sun. So like I said, I had him fix a couple of little things. It was things like turn signals and stuff. So we got the turn signals, lights, actually got some little LEDs in here that work as parking lights that are really cool. If you can see down inside there. So when you pull it the first time, you got LED parking lights, which is really cool. Pull it all the way, of course the lights work. This has got a fresh paint job on it. It's this is kind of a, I want to just say like a cheap rat rod style, hot rod style paint job. So it's got a couple of little runs on it, but actually overall looks really awesome. Flat blue. Very, very cool. And what I thought I might do with this car, and I just kind of thought, you know what, I'll let the next guy choose if he wants to. Underneath it, it's got faded yellow paint and then some like surface, superficial surface rust. And what I thought was, let's paint it this color blue and then come back with the DA or even just a hand sander and just scuff it on the corners, scuff it on the top a little bit, and then maybe shoot another coat of clear on it and kind of give it that rat rod look. So after we get done painting it, I just like the way it looks so much. I said, I don't want to mess with it. Maybe if the next guy wants to do that, because it really looks cool. Even though I'm saying, I'm admitting it's a cheaper paint job. At the same time, it looks really cool. And for what the kind of car that it is, you wouldn't want to put an expensive paint job on it. If you get up close, you can see the little, divots in the body, and I don't think that you're going to be able to catch that in the. I'm going to see if I can try and catch that in the video, but it's not all perfectly blocked and everything. It's more of a, it's kind of meant to be a little hot rod, Beetle. It's been lowered about 2.5 inches. It's got, the front end's been redone. It's got brand new tires front and rear. Nice looking wheels with the beauty trim rings on it. This thing's got a really cool look. It needs the it needs the step ups. It needs the side fenders on it. And I think they've run about 120 bucks for a pair of those, and bolt them on and it'll be ready to go. So overall, the body's actually pretty straight on it. This was just not one of those ones we wanted to block out and try and make perfect. It was more we were going for that kind of hot rod look. I love it. I love this color. I think the car used to be red. You can see underneath the hood, or underneath the trunk lid, that it's red. I believe we actually do we have a spare tire for this? Okay, no spare tire. Of course, original, fuel tank. The actual original fuel gauge still works. The lock on the inside of the for the trunk works, which is really cool. The interior is very presentable. It's not mint. The door panels look really good. It needs a new radio. Door panels look good. Seats have got a couple of little, you know, there's a little tear there. It's like maybe it looks like somebody got a little paint on there. Maybe some sort of a cleaner could take that off. Maybe not. There is a little bit of a tear right there. Overall though, very presentable. And like I said, for me, this is kind of a rat rod, hot rod style Beetle. If I was gonna keep this car, I'd put a stereo in it, I'd put a carpet kit in it, I'd put the side running boards on, like I said earlier, and I'd drive it. I wouldn't do anything else to it. It doesn't need anything else. There's no rust underneath the car. Front end's been completely rebuilt. Just show the underneath. I mean, it's old school, you know, you can see that's the old original undercoating. That's not rust. But that I remember, having had this car for the time that I've had it, I don't remember seeing any rust. Actually, I think maybe the passenger side floor pan may have been replaced. Let's take a look and see now. There are a couple of tiny little spots. There's one spot right there. It's the only rust that I've seen on this car. It'd be the only thing that would keep me from calling it rust free. Now, I say that. There are a couple little spots here now that I'm getting a little closer look. And honestly, sometimes I don't look that close at these cars until we're taking a video like I am. That's why I do these video inspections. So yeah, there's a little spot of rust there. Little spot of rust right here underneath the hinge. The hinge itself looks strong. Let's see, let's check the other side. Yeah, a little spot down there too. And back here looks good. So anyways, I think that this would be a super cool toy for somebody. I think the thing I like about it is to be able to get into a really fun you know, antique car under 5,000 bucks. This one's reliable, it's ready to run and drive. I mean, I would take this thing down to Florida right now, take it for a spin. So running boards, maybe put a roof rack on it, that would look pretty cool. But like I said, nickel and dime, couple of little nickel and dime things, the radio, the running boards, and this thing, you know, would be